Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another exciting design tutorial. Today, we're going to learn how to use Figma to create exciting social media posters. Nowadays, creating social media posters is becoming really difficult because there are lots of tools, and not only tools, but there are lots of complicated tools. You need to hire a professional graphics designer to create your social media posts. But today, I'm going to teach you everything to do it yourself for free, and we are not going to use any paid tool, not even the single image as well, right? So everything is going to be 100% free, and you can do it yourself right inside Figma. So if you don't know what Figma is, basically Figma is a UI UX design tool, or you can simply say a design tool which has capabilities and simplicity to create awesome designs just inside the Figma. If you look at the logo here on the screen, it is also designed inside the Figma. So it has all the capabilities of complicated design tools such as Illustrator and Photoshop or CorelDRAW, for example. You can do everything, not everything, but whatever you need to do for your social media contents, for the UI UX design, for the web design, or at some extent the graphic design as well. You can use Figma, and absolutely it is a free software, right? So you don't even need to install it. You can just go to the figma.com and start using it by creating your account. And if you want to use it in your computer, in your device, you can just download and install it. If you don't know how to do this, I have already created a video on it, and you can find the link of that video on the top right corner, where it tells you how to get started with Figma and how to install it in your device. Okay, so I hope you have already watched it, or I hope you already aware of Figma. If not, then please, I would recommend go and make sure that you first understand the basics. But let's continue here, and before we get started with the social media poster design, make sure you already subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon next to it, because if you're not doing that, then you're going to miss a lot of exciting design content. And yeah, so let's jump into Figma and get started with it. So yeah, first and foremost thing, let's list down what are the things which you need to know, or which you need to understand to create a social media poster, right? First important thing is the branding. What is your logo, what is your branding, what is your brand, what are the colors which you are going to use in your branding. So you have to define all those colors. Then you need to brainstorm, if you have a team. If not, then you can brainstorm yourself, or you can just ideate about the different topics or the trends which are in trend. You can search on the Instagram, you can search on the Google search is the best way, or Google Images is the best way, a best approach to get started with it. You can just find awesome references on the images, on the Google Images. You don't need to copy any design as it is, but you can just get the references of it, how people are doing the designs, and you can create your own. Okay, so then the next thing which you need to know is what is the content which I want to publish on the poster, right? So it could be related to the sale, it could be related to the best wishes of any event, such as Christmas, New Year, Diwali, or all those festivals. So you can have offers for the festivals. You can have your best wishes for the festivals, or basically you have to decide what content you want to showcase in your posters, right? So today I'm going to create a poster for one of my brands, which is a t-shirt brand. I would definitely recommend you to go and check it out, hutk.in, which is basically where we have cool graphic t-shirts in a lot of designs, and we are still updating the portfolio, where we are going to add more and more designs, more and more products for you. So be sure to check it out. I'll put the link in the description of this video. Okay, so today I'm going to create a poster for this t-shirt brand, where I'm going to let's say create a poster for an offer, okay, or a new trend, whatever it is. Okay, the next thing which you need to know is basically the sizes, right? What are the different sizes for the different social media posters? And fortunately Figma does it for you. You don't need to search for the sizes. What you have to do is, when you are in Figma, when you are already set up it properly, then you just have to go to the frame tool, which is basically somewhere here at the bottom. You can hit F on your keyboard to activate this tool or select this tool. And when you check your right hand side, where properties panel, where you can see all the predefined sets or presets for the different sizes, right? So if you want to create a poster or a design for the phones, you can choose any predefined template here. For the tablets, for the desktop, for the presentations, watch, paper, and all those things. So today we are going to create a social media poster. So let's go here. Let's go to the social media, and you can see all the different posts, like Twitter post, Twitter headers, Facebook post, Facebook covers, Instagram post, stories, dribble shots, dribble shots HD, LinkedIn cover page. So everything you can do it just inside the Figma, right? So let's start with the Instagram post, and I'd be using 1080 by 1080 pixels. So let's just click here, and it will create a 1080 by 1080 pixels frame, a layout for you, which is Instagram post one. And you can just keep on creating multiple posts in the same Figma file. You don't need to create a new file for every new design. Okay. Now Figma allows you to create styles which you can define your brand. I also have a video on it, and I would put the link in the description. But basically it is very easy. You can define the style once. I'll quickly show you how to do is go to the color styles, click on this plus, and then give it a name. Let's say logo or brand, or brand color. Okay. And you can define why what is the use of this color. I'll keep it blank for now, and I'll just pick a color from my logo. Okay. Brand color, and okay, that's it. So I'll just click on create style, and now you can see a style is created. Now whenever you create any shapes, you can just select the shape, and you can go to this, and you can select the brand color from here. So you don't need to always remember the colors for your brand. You can create your brand palette right here, and then keep on using them in all your designs, right? So let me just delete it. It was just for the demonstration. And you can do the same way for the text styles as well. If you know how to define any specific styles for your brand, you can which you want to reuse again and again in all multiple designs, then you can do it. But for social media posters, I really don't create the text styles, because it depends on the design and the texture and the mood which you want to create from the design. So let's not create the text styles for now, but it is the same way. You just have to click on the plus. You have to define which font you want, what are the font size, and all the properties for the style, and just click on create style. Okay, so let's avoid this. Now we are going to use image in this post, because images are very important when you want to influence people on the social media, right? If you don't have images or illustrations or the graphics, then it is really difficult to attract someone. So to use images, there are two simple ways. One is just click the photos, or use any photos from your computer, from your device. If not, you can use some photos online as well for free. So I'll tell you both ways. To use a photo from your local machine, just go to the folder where you have your images, and I'll just simply drag it inside the Figma and drop it. So it may take some time, because depending on the image size, and Figma is an online tool, so it takes some time. So okay, and now we have this image here. Let me just scale it down, because it is too large for now. Okay, now you would be saying, okay, image is a little bit dull. Do I need to use Photoshop to enhance this? No, you don't need to use Photoshop until unless you have to do extreme image editings. For the basics, you can just click on this image here, and you can adjust the exposure, or the contrast and all those basic details. So I'll just make it a little bit more I'll just reduce the highlights a little bit, and I'll adjust the shadow, so I get the look which I am looking for. Okay, great. By the way, if you guys need this UX design, a special t-shirt for the UX design, just write it in the comment and I'll tell you, how to get this t-shirt. Okay, so now we have this image here. I'll tell you another way, how to use images from Unsplash or such websites where you can use any image for free. So just go to the actions here, go to the plugins and widgets, and search for the Unsplash, UNSPLASH, Unsplash. So you'll be seeing this plugin here, and Figma has a huge community where you can use plugins for all different things like icons, and also we are going to use a plugin for the icons as well, but let's use Unsplash for the images for now. And now, as we are going to use it for a t-shirt brand, so I'll just search t-shirt here, okay, and it will give me all the results which are matching the t-shirts. I can choose photos, I can choose illustrations, and based on your design style, you can choose what exactly you want, right? So if you want to use something which is illustrative or graphical, then you can go ahead with the illustrations, and if you want photos, you can do it using the photos as well, right? You can apply some filters like relevance, latest, or you want landscape, portrait, or square resolution, but I'll just keep it as it is, and we can use any photo which you want. I'm not sure which one to go ahead, but okay, let's go ahead with this black and white image up here. So you just have to click here. It will basically click and drag it inside the Figma. So that will bring that image in the Figma, and you can just close this plugin. I guess click also works, sorry. Yeah, so you just have to click it and just close the plugin, so that image is already inserted inside here. Now this image is not in the Instagram post frame, right? Because we have to move it there. So we just have to select it and move it inside the frame, and now it is within the frame where you can adjust the size and all, right? So I'll just not use this image, it was just for the demo. I'll use the one which I want to use in my poster. I'll just scale it down. Now we have created the images. Now I'll tell you how to create the different shapes to make it more appealing. So to create shapes, we have this shape tool here where you can create rectangles, lines, arrows, ellipses, polygon, star, and images as in you can use image as a placeholder here, and then you can select any image from the computer. Okay, so let's create a rectangle, right? And I'll create a rectangle something like this, or maybe a bit smaller. Now this is all your creative freedom. How do you want to design your poster? It's all up to you. So I'll use this brand color as the color for this rectangle, and I'll just make a copy of this. To make a copy, you can just use your Option or Alt button, and you can notice the change in the cursor. So just click and drag it outside, so you can see it has created a duplicate copy of the rectangle. So I'll just change the color to something else a bit darker, and I'll just move it in the background. To move it or to change the orders, you can use Control or Command plus your curly bracket keys, and alternatively you can use your layer panel on the left hand side. So now you can just move it at the bottom, and you can see your orders are stacked. Like the topmost thing is in the layer stack is your frontmost element, and the bottommost thing is your last element in the stack. So now I'll move my logo also in the image in the frame. So let me just put the logo somewhere here. Okay, and let's say I want to add some text here. So to do this, you can use this T here, T, or this text tool here, or just hit T on your keyboard and it will select the text tool. I'll just start typing here, let's say fashion. Okay, and I don't want this font. I'll change the font. To change the font, you can simply go to your typography, and probably let's use Poppins. And you don't need to install these fonts. These there are lots of Google fonts which are already available in Figma. You can directly use them, right? And depending on your brand, depending on your choice, depending on your design, you can choose a lot of fonts which are right inside Figma for free, right? So let's use Poppins for now, and I'll use bold version of it. Oops, sorry, Poppins, and and I'll use a bold version of it. Okay, and now I want this here in my frame. I'll just change the color of it to white, and I want the word to be rotated, so I'll just rotate this from here, and I'll just scale it up. To scale it up, you cannot do it like this in the Figma for the text. You have to change the font size. Okay, or there is an alternative where you can use the scale tool. So by default we have this move tool selected. To change the tool, you can just click here and go to the scale tool, which will basically help you to scale up, scale down the images or the texts in the proportion, or the entire frames as well, right? So for now it's good. I'll probably make it maybe something similar to the background color. So but I don't know, that is not much visible, so let's keep it white only. Okay, and let's add something, let's say new fashion. Okay, and looks good. Okay, it is already started looking good. Now let's say I want to add a CTA, not CTA, but I want to prompt users go ahead and buy this, right? So I'll create a button kind of shape, or a shape which is basically highlight, okay, go ahead and grab the deal, right? So to do that, what I'll do, I'll just draw a rectangle, and I'll change the color of it. So let's probably make it a bit yellowish, which basically stands out here. Okay, something like this. And now I'll be writing the text on it. If you want to use the rounded corners, you can select your shape, and you can click on these dots here, and you can make the rectangle with rounded edges. If not, you can do it from here as well. You can change the corner radius to, let's say, 40 here, and then that will make these curved. If you want to change the corners for only one corner, then you can click on this, and you can define for which corner you want the radius to be. So let's say I want 0 in all size, and just rounded on the bottom right corner. So you can do it like this. And to add the text, the same way, just hit T or click here, and start typing whatever you want. Let's say grab the offer, right? So this is too large. I'll just scale it down. Okay, something like this. Grab the offer, and let's say I want to add the contact number or the website here, right? So I want to use some icons, so I'll just adjust them a little bit. I'll just move it a little bit up. Oops, sorry. Okay, something like this. And I may not use this yellow color here, or probably I'll change this as well, or I'll just delete this, and by the way, you can use I on the keyboard to use a color picker, and you can pick any color easily, right? You don't have to always go here, click on this eyedropper tool, and pick the colors. So you can do it this way as well. So let's use the colors which are already there in the image to make balanced look, a balanced design, and just to avoid a lot of colors. So I'll just go ahead with probably a color for the brand. Okay, and you can also use the gradient colors. So I'll just tell you how to use the gradient colors. Okay, when you go here on the field, you can select this second option here, which says gradient. So you can define which type of gradient you want. It could be linear, it could be radial, it could be angular, it could be diamond, right? So let's go ahead with the linear, and let's change the colors a little bit. I'll just change a darker color, probably to make it more dark, right? And you can adjust how do you want to create the final look. I'll just make it a bit lighter. Okay, and now you can change these colors here from your logo, because we have changed the background, that's why. Yeah, and you can probably use the same gradients here as well. So I'll just delete this, and I'll just duplicate this and I'll rotate it. Okay, I'll move it on the top, scale it down a little. Okay, and I'll change the color of this again to match with the theme. I can use white, or I can use the same color which we are using for the text. So let's just use this same color here, and now you can see our cool poster is ready. Now we are going to add the icons in it. So to use icons, you can again go to the actions, you can go to the plugins, and start typing icons. So there are lots of plugins for the icons. You can use any I'll just randomly use any icon here, something like this, icon duck or anything, and just run it. So let's use this Instagram icon here. Okay, great. Now we have learned how to create cool social media posters in Figma. I'll just make some minor tweaks. This is not the final poster, by the way. This was just for the demonstration. I'm going to create a cool poster myself again offline. But the goal of this lesson was not to showcase you how to design. Basically the goal was how to use Figma to create social media posters. Your design, your layout could be completely different, your text could be completely different, your images could be completely different, and definitely those would be different because you are not going to create posters for my brand. You would be creating it for yourself. So the goal the core purpose or the goal of this tutorial is to familiarize you with all the cool tricks and techniques in Figma to create such an amazing posters for free. And you can create, and the last thing which we are going to talk about, exporting this poster for the social media, right? So we have created this. Now select this entire frame and just try moving it a little bit, because if you are a new user, sometimes you may use the icons such as this icon is not in the frame, right? So make sure you just try moving your entire frame, so that gives you an idea, okay, if my entire, like all the elements are in the frame or not. So I'll just simply cut it. I'll select the frame, I'll paste it, so it would paste it here in my frame. I'll just realign it. I could have simply drag and drop it here, but just to showcase you another example, or another way of doing this same way. So let's select this and let's go to the properties panel on the right hand side and just find for this export, which is always a last option. So click on this export. You can see which format you want. So you can export it as a JPG, you can export it as a PNG, SVG and PDF. Mostly for the social medias we can use JPG or PNG. JPG is basically more easier and convenient and accepted by almost all of the social media platforms. So let's create a JPG. You can scale up, scale it down depending on your needs, but always keep it 1x because we have already defined the sizes correctly before starting the design. So just make sure you are doing it 1x, and then click on this export Instagram post one. This Instagram post one is basically the title of your frame. So if I change the title here, let's say poster, okay, and then now you can see it has changed the name here. So I'll just export this, and it will ask you where do you want to save it. I'll not save it because I don't want it, but you can just save it as a JPG. So poster.jpg, and then you can publish it on your social media very quickly, right? So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure you already subscribe to the channel. If not, then do it right now, because if you're not subscribing and not hitting that bell icon, then you're going to miss a lot of exciting content. And be sure to write down in comment if you want to get this cool UX t-shirt for you, or any customized t-shirt for your brand. Just write it in the comment, and definitely I'll instruct you how to get it. And yeah, till the next video, keep watching, keep learning, keep designing.